I stare at the birthday cake, 10 perfect candles waiting to be lit, and try to ignore the knot in my stomach. The tablet I saved 3 months to buy sits, wrapped in superhero paper, beside it. I know I shouldn't have brought it to my parents' house for Aaron's party, but my apartment's too small for all the guests. Already, I'm regretting this decision. My name is Scarlett, and I'm about to watch my mother destroy my son's birthday. Again. "Scarlett, dear, the tablecloth is crooked," Mom calls from across the room, not bothering to look up from her phone. "And did you remember to get the non-dairy ice cream for Solstice? You know he's sensitive." I adjust the cloth, biting back a response. My nephew isn't lactose intolerant, he's just picky. But heaven forbid anyone disappoint the family prodigy. "Got it covered, Mom," I say instead, forcing a smile. "Aaron helped me remember everything on the list." "Oh, well, isn't that sweet?" Her tone suggests it's anything but. "Isla, darling, come tell me about Solstice's science fair project again." My sister practically floats across the room, perfectly coiffed as always. He's presenting his research on quantum entanglement next week. His mentor at the university thinks he might be the youngest presenter they've ever had. I catch Aaron's reflection in the window as he shrinks into himself, clutching his worn paperback. He scored top marks in science this semester too, but nobody's asking about that. The doorbell rings and soon the house fills with relatives and a few of Aaron's friends from school. He brightens when his best friend Tommy arrives, and for a moment I let myself hope. "Present time," Mom announces too early, clapping her hands like a game show host. "Solstice, why don't you help Aaron open his gifts?" I watch my nephew strut to the front of the room, his designer clothes a stark contrast to Aaron's carefully mended hand-me-downs. Aaron follows quietly, settling cross-legged on the floor. The pile of presents grows, books, art supplies, a new backpack. Aaron thanks everyone genuinely, his smile growing with each gift. Then comes the tablet. "This one's from Mom," he announces, fingers trembling with excitement as he tears the paper. His eyes go wide. "The EdTech Pro 4000. Mom, really? This is amazing." For one shining moment, his joy fills the room. Then my mother speaks. "Oh, what a coincidence. Isn't that the same model you were telling me about for Solstice's advanced programs, Isla?" My blood runs cold. "It is," Isla gushes. "But they're so expensive, and with Leandro's startup taking off." "Well," Mom interrupts, "perhaps this is perfect timing. Scarlett, dear, you wouldn't mind if Solstice used the tablet for his quantum project. Aaron can have Solstice's old one. It's barely used." The room goes silent. Aaron's hands tighten on the box, his knuckles white. "Actually, Mum," I start, my voice shaking, "I bought this specifically for Aaron's reading program. His teacher recommended—" "Don't be selfish, Scarlett," Mom cuts in. "Solstice needs it for his gifted classes. Aaron can use it for his comic books when Solstice isn't busy." "But it's mine," Aaron whispers so quietly I barely hear him. "It's my birthday present." Isla swoops in, plucking the tablet from Aaron's grip. "Thanks so much, sweetie. Solstice will take such good care of it, won't you, honey?" Solstice is already ripping off the protective film. "Cool, this has way better graphics than my old one." I watch my son's face crumple, then smooth into that terrible blank mask he wears too often around family. He stands, straight-backed, and says, "Thank you for the party," before walking calmly to the bathroom. "Well, that was a bit dramatic," Mom sighs. "Really, Scarlett, you should teach him better manners. Now, about the cruise payment, you'll have those funds transferred by Tuesday, yes? The final balance is due, and since you're the only one of my children with any savings, I feel something snap inside me. 10 years of single motherhood, of scraping by while Isla gets handed everything, of watching my brilliant, kind son be treated like an afterthought. It all crystallizes into something hard and sharp. "Of course, Mother," I hear myself say, my voice eerily calm. I'll take care of everything. She doesn't notice my hands shaking or the way I'm looking at her credit card lying carelessly on the counter. She's too busy showing off Solstice's tablet to her bridge club friends. I head to the bathroom and knock softly. Aaron, baby, can I come in? His quiet sobs break my heart. And in that moment, I make a decision that will change everything. The drive home from the party is silent. In the rearview mirror, I watch Aaron stare out the window, his reflection ghostly against the dark glass. The old tablet Solstice generously gave him sits untouched in his lap, its cracked screen a perfect metaphor for this whole day. Remember when I won the state spelling bee in 5th grade? I ask suddenly, trying to distract him. He turns slightly. No, that's because Mum never hung up the certificate, but Isla's participation ribbon from the same competition. That was framed and displayed for years. I grip the steering wheel tighter. Want to know what Mum said when I asked her why? Aaron shrugs, but I can tell he's listening. She said Isla needed the encouragement more because she wasn't naturally gifted like me. Funny how that works, right? When you're good at something, you don't deserve recognition. But when Solstice... Mum, Aaron interrupts softly. It's okay. I'm used to it. Those 4 words hit me like a punch to the gut. My 10-year-old son shouldn't be used to being treated as less than. At home, I'm tucking him into bed when my phone buzzes. Mum's name flashes on the screen. I step into the hallway to answer. Scarlett, dear, about Tuesday's transfer, she starts, not bothering with hello. I'll need it before noon. The cruise line is very strict about payment deadlines. Right, the cruise. How much was it again? Don't play dumb, sweetie. We discussed this months ago. 8,000 for your father and me, plus the extra 2,000 for Isla's family's excursions. They work so hard, they deserve a break. I lean against the wall, dizzy with anger. And what about Aaron's tablet, the one you just gave away? Oh, not this again. It was the right thing to do. Solstice needs it for his advanced studies. Aaron barely reads at grade level. He's 2 grades ahead in reading. My voice rises before I catch myself. And I worked overtime for 3 months to buy that tablet. Well, if you'd finished college and married better, maybe you wouldn't have to work overtime. Her sigh crackles through the phone. Really, Scarlett, your choices in life. My choices. I laugh, and it sounds strange even to me. Like the choice to help Aaron with his homework instead of dating, or the choice to pay your property taxes last year when you were short. That's different. Family helps family. Funny how that only works one way. Don't be bitter, dear. It's not attractive. Now, about Tuesday. Yes, Mother, I'll take care of everything. I hang up and slide down the wall, sitting on the floor with my head in my hands. A small movement catches my eye. Aaron standing in his doorway, clutching his worn copy of A Wrinkle in Time. Mom, his voice wavers. Can I tell you something? Always, baby. He sits beside me, leaning his head on my shoulder. Today at the party, before Solstice took the tablet, I was so excited because I thought maybe finally... He swallows hard. I thought maybe they'd see I'm smart too. That I matter too. Something inside me hardens into steel. You matter more than anything in this world, I whisper fiercely, and you are brilliant and kind and worth 1,000 tablets. Then why doesn't Grandma see it? I pull out my phone and open my banking app, staring at the numbers. $10,000, my entire emergency fund. The money Mom expects me to hand over for their luxury cruise, while my son wears second-hand clothes and gets his birthday present stolen. Sometimes, I say carefully, people don't see what's right in front of them until something makes them look. Aaron yawns, snuggling closer. Like in my book, when Mrs. Witch shows them what they couldn't see before. Exactly like that. I kiss the top of his head. How about we read a chapter before bed? Later, after he's asleep, I sit at my kitchen table with my laptop open. The cruise line's website glows mockingly bright. My finger hovers over the mouse as I stare at Mom's booking confirmation number, the one she emailed me along with her payment demands. I think about Aaron's blank face when the tablet was taken, about Isla's smirk, about 10 years of watching my son shrink himself to avoid outshining his cousin, about Mom's voice saying, "Your choices in life, like my greatest sin, was raising a kind, intelligent boy on my own." I open a new tab and log into my bank account. Then I start making calls, first to my credit card company, then to the bank. By midnight, everything is arranged. My phone buzzes with a text from Mom. "Don't forget, Tuesday before noon." I type back, "Don't worry, Mother, everything will be taken care of." And for the first time in years, I smile and mean it. The next morning I call the one person who might understand, Aunt Athena, Mom's estranged sister. She answers on the second ring. "Let me guess," she says instead of hello. "Laura's up to her old tricks." I sink into my couch, cradling my coffee. "How'd you know?" "Your mother called to brag about her cruise, mentioned something about you finally contributing to the family." Athena's laugh is sharp. "So, what did she do this time?" I tell her everything. The tablet, the cruise money, my plans. When I finish, there's a long silence. "You know what your mother did to me when I was 22? Athena finally says. "I had a full scholarship to medical school. She convinced our parents I was too unstable to be a doctor, that the money would be better spent on her wedding. Want to know why? Why? Because I scored higher on the MCAT than she did on her nursing exam. That's Laura for you. She'll burn down anyone who outshines her or her chosen ones." My coffee goes cold as Athena tells me stories I've never heard. About Mom's manipulation, about family money mysteriously redirected, about cousins and relatives strategically turned against each other. "I have to return a book to her house," I say suddenly. "Dad gave me his key for emergencies. I should do it now while they're at church." "Scarlett," Athena's voice turns serious, "check her desk drawer, the one where she keeps her special correspondence. You might find something interesting." 20 minutes later, I'm standing in Mom's pristine home office. The book goes back on its shelf, but my hand hovers over her desk drawer. It feels wrong, this invasion of privacy, but then I remember Aaron's face at his party. The drawer slides open smoothly. Inside, beneath perfectly organised files, I find a bundle of letters tied with a faded ribbon. The top one is dated just 3 months ago, addressed to Isla. My hands shake as I read, "Dearest Isla, I know you're worried about Scarlett's influence on Solstice. Rest assured I've made it clear to the family that her situation is a cautionary tale. We must protect Solstice from Aaron's mediocrity. The boy takes after his father, all that wasted potential. I've arranged for Scarlett to fund our cruise. It's only fair she contributes something given how long we've carried her burden. Perhaps this will teach her the value of family loyalty. Speaking of the cruise, I've booked adjoining suites. We can leave the men to their devices while we plan Solstice's academic future. He's our family's true legacy. All my love, Mom." The paper crumples in my fist. Mediocrity, burden, my brilliant, compassionate son, reduced to a cautionary tale. My phone buzzes. A text from Isla. "Mum says you're handling the cruise payment. So glad you're finally stepping up. Solstice loves the tablet, BTW. He says it's much better than his old one." I take a photo of the letter before replacing it exactly as I found it. Then I send a quick text to Athena. "You were right. Found proof of everything." Her response is immediate. "Keep it. You'll need it when they try to paint you as the villain." On my way out, I notice a new photo on the mantel. Solstice with his science fair trophy. Mom and Isla beaming beside him. There's no sign of the family photo from last Christmas that used to sit there, the one with Aaron proudly showing off his perfect report card. My phone rings. It's Mom. "Scarlett, I just wanted to check about Tuesday. Everything's arranged?" I think about the letter in my pocket. about years of calculated cruelty masked as family concern, about my son learning to expect disappointment. Actually, Mum, I say sweetly, I've arranged everything perfectly. You won't have to worry about a thing. Wonderful! I knew you'd come through. It's about time you showed some family loyalty. Family loyalty. The words from her letter echo in my head. Oh, I'm about to show exactly how much I've learned about loyalty, I murmur. Get ready for quite a lesson. What was that, dear? You're mumbling again. Really, Scarlett, we've talked about your elocution. Nothing, Mother. Just confirming everything's set for Tuesday. Have a blessed day. I hang up and start my car, the letter burning a hole in my pocket. In less than 48 hours, they'll learn exactly what their burden is capable of. And unlike Mom, I won't need to write any letters to do my damage. Sometimes the best revenge is simply letting karma take its course, with just a little help from a cancelled payment and some perfectly timed revelations. Monday morning arrives with a flood of cruise-related social media posts from Isla. I scroll through them during my lunch break, each one more nauseating than the last. Packing, sans blessed, warm family first, reads one, showing her expensive luggage set. Mum comments, can't wait, so grateful for family that understands the importance of togetherness. I screenshot everything. Evidence for later. My phone rings. It's the cruise line's customer service. I've been expecting this call. Yes, this is Scarlett. I'm calling about booking number CR789421. Yes, I'm authorised to discuss the payment. Actually, I need to verify something. The final payment is scheduled for tomorrow, correct? The representative confirms everything. I make careful notes, then call my bank. I need to place a stop payment, I tell the banker, and I'd like to freeze my credit cards immediately after. Yes, I understand that this is unusual. No, they haven't been stolen. I'm preventing unauthorised charges. Aaron comes home from school while I'm finishing the calls. His shoulders are slumped and he's clutching a paper. What's wrong, baby? He hands me the sheet. It's a science project assignment. Solstice was telling everyone at lunch how he's going to use the tablet to make his presentation amazing. I pull him close. Remember what we talked about? Sometimes people who take things that aren't theirs end up learning hard lessons. Like karma? Exactly like karma. I kiss his forehead. Now, how about we work on your project the old-fashioned way, with poster board and your incredible brain? We spend the evening creating a spectacular display about renewable energy. Aaron's enthusiasm returns as we work, and I realise it's the first time in days I've seen him truly smile. My phone keeps buzzing. I've muted the family group chat, but notifications still pop up. Isla, final cruise prep. Solstice is downloading educational apps on his new tablet. So grateful for generous family. Mum, that tablet was such a blessing. Scarlett finally doing something right. Dad, looking forward to smooth sailing tomorrow. Everything paid up, Scarlett? I leave them all unread. At midnight, I make one final call to the cruise line. I'm calling about booking CR789421, I say quietly, stepping onto my balcony so Aaron won't hear. I need to verify something about tomorrow's payment. Yes, I understand it's due by noon. And if the payment fails, I see, and there's no grace period, thank you. My hands shake as I hang up, but not from guilt, from anticipation. A text from Athena lights up my phone. You ready for tomorrow? Everything's set, I reply. Mum's credit cards are about to hit a wall, and I've frozen mine so she can't charge them. You still okay to be our eyes at the port? Wouldn't miss it. My flight gets in at 8 a.m. I'll have a perfect view of Terminal 6. I check my bank account one last time. The money Mom expected me to transfer sits safely in my account, untouched. Instead of funding their luxury cruise, maybe it'll fund Aaron's college someday. Another notification pops up. Isla posting a photo of Solstice playing with his stolen tablet. Last-minute vacation prep. So excited for our family cruise tomorrow. Ah, blessed Ma family time. I click through to Mum's profile and see she's shared it, adding, so proud of my grandson using his new tablet for education. Some people just don't appreciate the value of investing in gifted children. The last piece clicks into place. I block both their numbers and their social media profiles. Then, for good measure, I block Dad too. Let them figure out their payment problems without access to their favourite ATM. Tomorrow they'll arrive at the cruise terminal, luggage packed with designer clothes bought on my dime. They'll strut up to the counter, confident in their superiority. And then my phone buzzes one final time. It's Aaron, texting from his bedroom. Mum, I can hear you still up. Are you okay? I text back. Never better, baby. Just finishing up some important work. Tomorrow's going to be a very interesting day. Because of karma, because sometimes people need to learn that actions have consequences, even grandmothers, especially grandmothers. Get some sleep, love, sweet dreams. I look out over the city lights, imagining tomorrow's scene. In less than 12 hours, my mother's carefully constructed world of favoritism and manipulation will crash into a very expensive wall. And I won't be there to cushion the fall, not this time. Tuesday dawns bright and clear. I pack Aaron's lunch with extra care, tucking in his favourite cookies. He deserves something special today. You seem different, he says over breakfast, studying my face. Happier? Let's just say I have a feeling today's going to be interesting. I check my phone. 8:15 a.m. They should be heading to the cruise terminal now. A text from Athena pops up. In position at the coffee shop overlooking Terminal 6. Your mother just walked past in her designer cruise wear. Isla's trailing behind her like a well-trained poodle. I send back a quick keep me posted before driving Aaron to school. As I kiss him goodbye, he hesitates. Mum, will you tell me later what happens? Every detail, I promise. Have a great day, baby. Back home, I try to work, but my eyes keep drifting to the clock. 9:45 a.m., 10:30 a.m., 11:15 a.m. Athena's updates roll in steadily. They're in line at check-in. Your mother's wearing that awful sun hat she thinks makes her look wealthy. Isla's making Solstice pose for photos with the tablet. The irony is delicious. Your father looks sunburned already. How is that even possible? At 11:45, my phone explodes with activity. First, Athena. DEFCON 1! Card declined! Your mother's face just went from cruise-ready tan to ghost white. Then, despite being blocked, messages start coming through my email. Mum, Scarlett, call immediately. There's some mistake with the payment. Isla. OMG, what did you do? Mom's crying at the counter. Dad. Your mother's hysterical. Fix this now. I forward them all to my spam folder and text Athena. Details. I need details. Oh, honey, it's better than I imagined. Laura's demanding to speak to managers. Isla tried using her cards, but apparently they're all maxed out. Guess who's been living beyond her means? Solstice is having a full meltdown about missing his educational opportunity. Security's getting interested. I curl up on my couch sipping tea as Athena's play-by-play continues. Your mother just tried calling you again. Her face when it went straight to voicemail. Isla's crying now too. Mascara everywhere. Solstice just threw the tablet on the ground. Screen's properly cracked now. They're being asked to step aside for other passengers. Laura's screeching about family loyalty. My hands shake slightly as I type, Any guilt trips yet? Oh, endless. Laura's telling everyone who'll listen about her ungrateful daughter. But here's the best part. Some passengers recognised Isla from her social media bragging. They're not sympathetic. I check the time, 12:15 p.m. The ship leaves at 1's quays. Your father just walked away, Athena reports. Left Laura and Isla standing there with all the luggage. He's heading to the bar. A new email pushes through my spam filter from Mum's best friend, Margaret. Scarlett, How could you do this to your mother? She's humiliated after everything she's done for you. Call her immediately. I delete it without responding. Update, Athena texts. They're being escorted from the terminal. Laura's still trying to charge the cruise to any card she can think of. Isla's mascara has achieved raccoon status. My phone vibrates with another blocked call, then another, then a flood of text notifications, all blocked. Final scene, Athena reports. They're loading their designer luggage into a regular taxi instead of the limo they arrived in. Laura's crying about her non-refundable flight home next week. Isla's trying to comfort Solstice, who's still clutching the broken tablet and screaming about his ruined vacation. I take a deep breath, feeling lighter than I have in years. Thank you for being my eyes, I text Athena. Thank you for finally standing up to her. Want to meet for lunch? I recorded some of it on my phone. Can't picking up Aaron early, taking him to the bookstore to pick out some new reads for his perfectly functional second-hand tablet. You're a good mom, Scarlett. Laura never understood that raising a kind child is worth more than raising a gifted one. I check my email one last time. Amid the flood of angry messages, there's one from Dad. I don't know exactly what happened today, but I saw the letter in Laura's desk. We need to talk when the dust settles. Until then, I'll handle your mother. You take care of my grandson. For the first time, I feel a flicker of hope for at least one family relationship. My phone buzzes again, Athena sending a video. The thumbnail shows Mom, red-faced and crying, being gently but firmly escorted from the terminal. I save it for later. Right now, I have a bookstore date with my son. Aaron's face lights up when I pick him up early from school. Really? The bookstore? Really? I smile. And maybe ice cream after? At the bookstore, he heads straight for the science section, while I check my phone. The fallout is spreading across social media like wildfire. Isla's latest post: devastated by family betrayal today. Some people have no concept of loyalty or gratitude. Solstice is heartbroken about his educational opportunities being stolen from him. Toxic family are hurt. The comments are not what she expected. Wasn't this the cruise your sister paid for? Didn't you just post about taking your nephew's birthday gift? Girl, you've been bragging about this cruise for weeks while putting your sister down. I'm still reading when my phone rings. An unknown number. I almost ignore it, but something makes me answer. Scarlett, it's Leandro, Isla's husband. I freeze. How did you get this number? Listen, I'm at work, so I'll make this quick. I saw what happened today. Saw the letter too. Isla left her email open on our home computer. Leandro, No, let me finish. I've watched for years how they treat Aaron, how they treat you. I've said nothing because it was easier, but what you did today... He chuckles. Masterful and deserved. I sink onto a reading bench, stunned. You're not angry. Angry. Scarlett, do you know what Isla did with her last bonus? Bought Solstice a gaming system while telling me we couldn't afford therapy for his anger issues. Your mother enables her worst instincts, and honestly, this wake-up call was overdue. Mum will never forgive me. Good. Maybe it's time someone stopped seeking Laura's forgiveness and started demanding she earn it instead. Aaron approaches with an armful of books, and I quickly end the call. As he shows me his selections, all advanced reading level, my phone keeps buzzing with notifications. The family group chat, which I can still see through email. Aunt Patricia. Laura, is it true you gave away Aaron's birthday present? Uncle Robert. Just saw the video from the terminal. Embarrassing behaviour, sis. Cousin Rachel. Anyone else remember when she did the same thing to Athena's medical school fund? Mom's responses get increasingly defensive. I was only thinking of Solstice's education. Scarlett owes this family after all we've done. You don't understand the pressure of raising a gifted child. Then a single message from Dad. Enough, Laura. We need to talk. At the ice cream shop, Aaron gets a double scoop and asks, Did Something happened today. Everyone at school was talking about Solstice having a meltdown at the cruise place. Let's just say karma works in mysterious ways, I reply, just as my phone lights up with a text from Athena. You need to see this. Solstice just posted on his gaming account. My mom and grandma ruined everything. They always ruin everything. I hate being the gifted one. I just want to play games like normal kids. Followed by, Isla's trying to get him to delete it, but screenshots are forever hard. Aaron licks his ice cream thoughtfully. Mom, my teacher said something interesting today. She said sometimes the smartest thing you can do is be kind. Your teacher is very wise. That's why I decided to share my tablet with Tommy. His broke last week, and he needs it for the science project. I remember how it felt when Solstice took mine. I blink back tears. You're amazing, you know that? I learned from you, he shrugs, then grins. Besides karma, right? My phone buzzes again, an email from the cruise line. Dear Ms. Sherman, we're reaching out regarding the incident at Terminal 6 today. Your mother has demanded we charge her cruise to your emergency contact card. We wanted to verify. I forward it to my lawyer with a quick please handle message. Another text from Athena. Laura's bridge club is buzzing. Apparently she's been borrowing money from half of them. The story's getting bigger. Want to meet tomorrow for coffee? I have more videos. I look at Aaron, happily reading one of his new books while eating ice cream, completely unburdened by the need to compete or perform or shrink himself. Can't tomorrow, I text back. Aaron and I are having a movie day, but save those videos. Something tells me we might need them. A final email notification pops up, from Dad. Your mother's sleeping at her sister's tonight. I've got some thinking to do. Give Aaron a hug from Grandpa. We'll talk soon. I watch Aaron turn another page, his face peaceful and engaged, and realise something. Sometimes the best revenge isn't about destroying someone else's happiness. It's about finally claiming your own. 3 days after the cruise fiasco, the email arrives. Mom's name in my inbox makes my stomach clench, but the subject line, "You've destroyed this family," almost makes me laugh. I pour a glass of wine before opening it. Scarlett, how dare you humiliate us like this? Do you have any idea what you've done? Your father's barely speaking to me. Isla's marriage is struggling because Leandro's family saw the videos. Solstice is refusing to attend his advanced classes. All because you couldn't handle seeing him succeed where Aaron... I close the email and call Athena instead. She's playing the victim. Again. Of course she is, Athena sighs. But have you seen Isla's latest social media meltdown? I pull up Facebook. Isla's posted a novel-length rant. To everyone judging our family situation, you don't know the whole story. My son is gifted. He needed that tablet. And yes, maybe we shouldn't have taken it from Aaron, but my brother-in-law walked out on his responsibilities while my husband... The comments are brutal. Girl, we all saw you bragging about your cruise while your sister worked overtime. Didn't your mom make Scarlett pay for your family's excursions? My kid's in Solstice's class. He makes other kids cry. My phone rings. It's Dad. Hey, kiddo. He sounds tired. Got a minute? Sure, Dad. Your mother's... Well, she's not handling this well. She's been calling everyone, trying to get loans to rebook the cruise. Nobody's lending. Dad, Let me finish. I found her secret credit cards, the ones she used for Isla's shopping sprees. We're in debt up to our eyeballs. He pauses. I've moved in with Bob for a while. Need to clear my head. I'm sorry. Don't be. I should have stepped in years ago. The way she treated you and Aaron, I just got comfortable being passive. A text interrupts us. Isla again. This is all your fault. Leandro's talking about divorce. Solstice is in therapy. Mom's having anxiety attacks. Are you happy now? I block her number. Dad, I have to go. Aaron's science presentation is tonight. Would it be okay if I came? I hesitate. Just me, he adds quickly. I'd like to see my grandson shine without anyone dimming his light. At the school that evening, Aaron sets up his renewable energy display. It's not digital or flashy, but his enthusiasm makes it glow. "Grandpa," Aaron spots Dad slipping into the back row. "You came." "Wouldn't miss it, buddy." Aaron's presentation is confident, clear, and passionate. The judges are visibly impressed. When he finishes, one asks, "Did you create this all on your own?" "My mum helped," Aaron beams. "She taught me that you don't need fancy technology to share important ideas." He wins first place. As we're celebrating with ice cream later, my phone explodes with notifications. Someone's leaked the video of Mom's meltdown at the cruise terminal to the local community Facebook group. The comments are vicious. "Isn't this the woman who's always bragging about her gifted grandson? My daughter babysat for them. That poor Aaron kid was always treated like a second-class citizen. Laura's been borrowing money from everyone in Bridge Club." Then a private message from Leandro. Isla confessed everything, the manipulation, the spending, the lies about Solstice's giftedness. He's in regular classes now, finally making real friends. Thank you for breaking this cycle. Dad reads over my shoulder and whistles. "Your mother's not going to recover from this easily." "Good," I say, watching Aaron proudly adjust his first place ribbon. "Some lessons need to hurt to be learned." My phone buzzes one final time, an email from Mom. "Your aunt tells me you have proof. Letters, videos, evidence of everything. Fine. You win. What do you want? Money? An apology? Name your price to keep this quiet." I look at Aaron, at Dad, at the science project that won on its own merits. Then I type, "What I want is simple. Leave us alone. No more comparisons, no more manipulations, no more stealing from my son to give to yours. Aaron deserves better, and I'm done letting you convince him otherwise. P.S. I've donated your cruise money to the school's STEM program. They're creating a scholarship for underprivileged gifted students. Karma, right?" I hit send and turn off my phone. "Mom," Aaron asks, ice cream dripping down his cone, "are we going to be okay?" I pull him close, feeling Dad's supportive hand on my shoulder. "We already are, baby. We already are." The doorbell rings on a sunny Saturday morning. Aaron looks up from his homework startled. We rarely get visitors. "Keep working on that essay," I say, heading to the door. Through the peephole, I see Dad and Solstice. I open the door cautiously. Solstice looks different. Gone are the designer clothes, replaced by regular kids' wear. He's clutching a familiar tablet. "Hi, Aunt Scarlett," he mumbles, staring at his feet. "Is Aaron home?" Dad squeezes his shoulder encouragingly. "Go on, tell her what you practiced." Solstice takes a deep breath. "I came to return this, and to say sorry. For everything." Aaron appears behind me, frozen in surprise. "Mom's in rehab," Solstice continues, "for shopping addiction and anxiety. Dad's got custody for now. He says," his voice cracks, "he says I don't have to be gifted anymore. I can just be me." Aaron steps forward. "Want to see my new game? It's about building civilizations, not educational at all, just fun." A genuine smile breaks across Solstice's face. "Really?" The boys disappear into Aaron's room, leaving Dad and me on the porch. "Leandro asked me to help with Solstice while Isla's in treatment," Dad explains. "The boy's different without Laura and Isla pushing him. Actually acts his age now." My phone buzzes. A text from Athena. "Laura's Bridge Club just voted her out. Apparently she owes them over $50,000 combined. Karma keeps delivering." "How's Mum taking everything?" I ask Dad. "She's staying with her cousin in Florida, claims she needs space to heal from the betrayal." He rolls his eyes. "The family's not buying it anymore. Your evidence saw to that." Laughter erupts from Aaron's room. Real, unforced kid laughter. "I never heard Solstice laugh like that before," Dad muses, "because he was too busy being perfect." I pause. "Like Isla was, like I was supposed to be." "I failed you both," Dad says quietly. "Let your mother pit you against each other. Watched her tear you down to build Isla up. I'm sorry, Scarlett. Before I can respond, my phone rings. Leandro. Turn on the local news, he says without preamble. Channel 5. I flip on the TV. There's Mom, being escorted from a luxury car dealership in handcuffs. Attempted credit card fraud, Leandro explains. She tried using one of Isla's maxed out cards to buy a Mercedes, claimed it was her therapy car to recover from family trauma. Dad watches the screen, shaking his head. I filed for divorce yesterday, he says. Enough is enough. More laughter from Aaron's room. I peek in. The boys are sprawled on the floor, playing video games, looking like regular kids instead of competitors in some twisted family Olympics. Aunt Scarlett, Solstice calls out, can I stay for dinner? Dad says it's okay if you say yes. Pizza okay with everyone, both boys cheer. Dad smiles. I'll chip in. It's the least I can do. My phone keeps buzzing with updates. A message from Isla's rehab centre asking for a family therapy session, deleted. A voicemail from Mom's lawyer about resolving the situation quietly, ignored. A text from Athena. Laura's Mercedes meltdown is trending locally. An email from Aaron's teacher praising his improved confidence. I silence the phone and join the boys' game night. Dad takes the armchair, watching his grandson and great-nephew just be kids. You know what's funny? Aaron says during pizza. Solstice is really good at this game, way better than me, but I'm better at science, and that's okay. Solstice nods, mouth full of pizza. Dad says we don't have to compete anymore. We can just be cousins. Speaking of science, Dad interjects, I heard the school's new STEM scholarship program is looking for student advisors. Thought you both might be interested. The boys exchange looks. Together, Solstice asks hesitantly. Together, Aaron confirms. My phone lights up one last time. A text from an unknown number. It's Isla, in between therapy sessions. Tell Solstice. Tell him Mom loves him. The real him. I show the message to Dad, who nods. Baby steps. Looking around my living room, at Aaron and Solstice planning their scholarship ideas, at Dad finally stepping up, at the news still showing Mom's spectacular fall from grace, I realise something profound. Sometimes breaking a family is the only way to fix it. Mom, Aaron calls. Want to play? Solstice is teaching me some cool tricks. Yeah, Aunt Scarlett, Solstice echoes. There's room for everyone. I grab a controller and join them on the floor. Behind us, Dad chuckles. Now this, he says softly, is what family should look like. And for once, I completely agree.